Hi, Ethan. Thank you so much for including your work and thank you for describing your experience with the assignment right over here. I think this is so interesting when students leave their written um, their reactions to the assignment. I think just you find out some really super interesting things. Like for example, you took this shot with a drone. That's fascinating, and the way that the bird got in there. That's really good stuff. It's good to know. Really good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right over to the ad and let's take a look. I think it's a good start. There's a couple of things that we can talk about as far as the image goes itself. Now, is the image perfectly suitable for the client and the client's message? And I'm going to go ahead and I just want to bring this to your attention that right now it's a great shot. It really is. It's a good shot, but we've got impending storm clouds coming in. So this may not be the most suitable image. If you want to change it, we would be fine with that. But typically you'll see that when you're designing for a resort, it's best to use images that have beautiful, clear skies with no clouds at all. I've experienced that in my professional career. I used to do some design work for a Mexican resort, and they didn't want to have anything to do with images with clouds. They were very adamant about no clouds in the images, and understandably so. Okay, so I think there's a couple of things we could do with this ad to improve. Right now, I think that the hierarchy is a little bit compromised, and the reason being is because the type is so large. There's really not any typographic hierarchy, so to speak. Think of a newspaper where you have the headline, that's usually the biggest, and it has the most weight. Then the headline, the subhead is a little bit smaller, and then the body copy is even smaller than that. So we can kind of see that. If I jump over here, I just want to do something really quick, and I want to take a look at some of the examples in the course announcements because they're all really good examples and they all show excellent hierarchy. So if we can get a quick look at one or two of those, I'll show you what I'm talking about hierarchy. This ad right here has wonderful typographic hierarchy. So as you can see, we've got headline, that's clearly the first thing the designer wants you to look at. Then we have the subhead. Then we have body copy that's even smaller. We'll see that same configuration. Headline is the largest, subhead's a little smaller, body copy is even smaller. And you'll see that same configuration over and over. And that points to good typographic hierarchy. So in your particular ad, I'd like to see you try to emulate that sort of configuration where you've got the largest headline, then the subhead's a little smaller. So we've got experience pure bliss. Then over here, we just really reduce this quite a bit and place it underneath the headline. I don't recommend center align type. What I would do in this particular image right here is I would take this um, experience pure bliss. I would reduce the size of Amethyst Bay Resort and Spa is the most beautiful place on earth. I would reduce that to just the most beautiful place on earth. Place that right under here, maybe left aligned right there. So it starts right here. So you have experience pure bliss, the most beautiful place on earth. Then get into your body copy. Now, since this is going to be left aligned, I would take this text right here, and I would go ahead and align it with maybe the P and experience, and then just reduce the size and place it right about like that. Really reduce that size. That shouldn't be any larger than maybe 12 points. I know it's going to seem, but if you print this page out right now and do it, you'll have a really good idea. This print is just enormous. The type is enormous, and if you print this out, be sure to set your printer on grayscale. So you just want to take a look at the type itself so you can see. And then compare it to a real magazine ad, you'll see that the type size itself is quite large. Okay, so those are my recommendations. Just a little bit of redistribution of weight. That's all. Everything else I think is just fine. So I think you've done a great job here. So really outstanding start. Hope my comments make sense. If not, let me know. I'll be glad to clarify anything I've mentioned. And great start. And I'm looking forward to seeing those changes made for your final submission coming up here in just a couple of short weeks. All right, great job. Thank you very much.